welcome back to Bwoyatingz podcast. I know that I've been on a break and I've seen all the messages, I've seen all the concerns. We're back. Sometimes I have to take a break and just relax. And let me also say, before I go into the episode, remember Drive Unique Cars, you have to go ahead and follow them on Instagram. They've also hit 3,000 followers whilst we were on a break, and they gave a lot of giveaways. So, stay tuned for more giveaways. And you have to remember the website, driveuniquecars.com. If you want a vehicle for rent, you can see all the cars available, their available dates, the prices, the cars that they have in their fleets. So that's driveuniquecars.com or Drive Unique Cars on Instagram. Remember, my radio show is every Tuesday night on News Talk 93 FM, 8 to 11 p.m. Before anything else, let me just say thank you so much for the support, the continuous support. Remember the Bombcast to go ahead and also check him out and to follow him. Now, this episode is a special one, and I've wanted this guest for the past couple of weeks. We've been in conversation, and his name is Mr. Howard Davis. He was convicted for 10 years he served 10 years in prison for killing the mother of his two children, and he has served his time, came out of prison, and he has turned around his life. He's now in music. He has devoted his time to many communities, and we also sometimes we don't forgive people who are ex-convicts, and we look down, we belittle, we berate them. So I do hope that this conversation can somewhat, change our perception of those persons. After all, they're humans, and after all, they've made a mistake and they are asking for forgiveness, and we can look, into ourselves for that. All right. So just hope this interview can do that for you. So here it goes. Interview with Mr. Howard Davis. All right. So big up on yourself once again. Check it out. Alright guys, so from you heard from the intro, welcome back again to Bwoyatingz podcast, and we have here Mr. Howard Davis, Iyahmore, yes?
Banging for sure.
So, a recording artist.
Simple.
Right, and your story, I saw your story being an ex-convict, and I read up on it, and just to be honest with you, I've listened to a couple of the interviews, and I do think that a lot of our young people need to hear this story. We all make mistakes, and sometimes as humans we behave as gods, and we don't want to give forgiveness, right? So before we actually started this whole conversation, he's very open to talk about his past and presently and where he's going to go in the future, right? All right. So take us back. Years ago, about 18 years ago? Thereabout?
2007.
2007?
Yeah, 25th of January.
Right. So the 25th of January, 2007. At what time that was?
Probably midday.
Midday? Yeah. What exactly happened?
Well, we have a long-standing fracas stemming from arguments that arise from the children being jacket and code.
Right.
The community always trouble and make joke and fun of you, and
right.
bag of stressful times them time there as a youth.
Mm-hmm.
So we being tough and I say, yo man, and we are trying to get down to the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then now, jolly we did forget, but we never gave that.
Mm-hmm.
What we do is try to take it by our own.
Right.
I try to say we want to solve it, but it couldn't work. So the day an incident at Thursday, midday, I go up there really to talk to she. Mm-hmm. But really, me and family members end up in an argument before even she.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pops and that's and etc. A couple them know themselves.
Right.
So me and them in an argument before, then she come out in the big light and she get a one stop.
Right.
So me gone down really now and gone left them. So I'm on the run for around 3 days, 4 days. So I'm giving myself the Monday.
So just for a backstory, she being your baby mother.
Yeah, my children.
So children.
Yeah, 2 children.
So it's more than one. Okay.
Yeah. Diana and DeMarco.
And at the time, one was 2.
Yeah.
And one was
4.
One was 4.
And one was 1 year and probably 11 months.
Okay.
10 months there and about.
And then so the community was basically saying that these were not your children.
Yes.
And you confronted her about it.
Yes, and it bring it all right. She gave me doubtful thoughts.
Yes.
Crying and I try to say, all right, several are close friends them. Them know themselves to trouble me about it all in front of her and she not said nothing.
Right.
So that even I myself I give me a doubt.
Right.
Probably if she'd have stand up for me and I say, yo, what I said, no, do. Even to our own family members them. Then me would have feel more mature in myself. But in myself when me see them I do that in front of her and she just come like a weak rat, me I said, then I go on psychologically.
Right.
So it start build something in me.
Right.
Where every time me I ask her, it becomes a constant argument. Me I dig her with it so it becomes problem.
Yes.
Because remember, so when I follow up a woman with argument, you know, it all becomes problem, you know.
And emotions and
all them something. So she start go up her family them sometime. If I find the argument, me left gone about my business same way. But yet still, me still want to get to the level of things to find out what go on. Me I say I could do a DNA, she start hide up and down with the youth them. I want to see the youth them more time, I can't see the youth them. So it's a tug and war between me and her. So as I step on the day of the incident when I go up there, it's just she me go for talk about the family member, them kind of really get enraged. And I say, you know, the pit dinner. And that's how I say, and it causes a big fracas.
So then take us back to the morning that you got up, right? Can you recall like waking up and how you felt mentally? Were you angry that particular morning?
I have to tell you the truth. I got work. You know what I go? I chill and I go do some work. I just done work at Baye Principal Hotel. I do still work with the Spanish man then.
Yeah.
And I level up myself. My mother, I said that the Wednesday, I help my cousin, a content retreat, Kian, for chop out the bush down in the gully. For she build a house. And then I go help dig the foundation and steal it up.
Right.
But when I do that work, you know, I was just leveling up myself to leave the Thursday morning for go chill on it down at Duncan's. Down where? Duncan's. Where you say Coral, all right. Where do you go down there go spend a couple of days?
Yeah.
Me I tell you. And I tell one say I don't have somebody for their work when I end up get myself in a problem. Me I say to my girlfriend presently now.
Right.
The same hotel where I go and stay with you, know. I end up did figure a bill when I get myself in a problem.
That Thursday.
So I never had a pre. It's just like say, she call me and I talk about money for the picnic them. And I say, I work, I go you know. My mother I go send her money through Western Union come give me and I go left it with her. Say, see money where Kian I go give me now. For chop out the bush for the foundation for dig, I go use that go country. So at that she call me. I say, a matter of fact, you talk, where there? I want to come chat to you about the picnic them because you talk about picnic this and picnic that. You know, at the same time, you know, say the same man and she go up at Port Maria go take out picnic maintenance.
Really?
Yeah, so you say when she come back from Port Maria, all of them incidents that take place. So she did not do what she had do, and me never did know.
Right.
Me never did have not that part my thought. It's just when me go up there now and me and the family member them in an argument.
Right.
I desperate there. You understand what I say?
So then she came outside and it got into a physical altercation?
Me and them in an argument.
Outside?
Them coming at them, yeah.
Okay. And then how she got involved in it?
She just come out of the house to come link them in the whole thing.
Yes.
So she could have said, yo, what kind of trouble you ever get yourself in? Remember the rage done start already. Pops done a lick with cutlass, me done a fling stone, them done a fling stone already.
Right.
So no level now they even look on she. When violence that take place, or when man get arrogant and away and stay, so you not look for say nobody a come. Or you go look for say who you not lick from who I get lick. So it's just simple, she just come straight in the whole incident. But in the incident, she'd have tried to take her back herself, you know. But when she don't take her back herself, she don't get joke already.
So then she got stabbed where exactly on her body? This was?
Alright, may I talk from the doctor's report?
Yes.
In between the 6th and the 7th rib. Left heart ventricle. It was less than quarter of an inch. That really punctured her lung, punctured the heart ventricle. They drove her from Content Retreat to St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where she died. That is how she died.
Wow.
So she didn't die on the spot.
Right.
No, it wasn't something where somebody take her away and carry her to murder her or bury her or anything like that. It was me and family members, as me said, them know themselves.
Right.
And before me even going to the yard, like me, I said, Melissa.
Right.
And I shout to her and
then them come outside.
So them come out and I say, yo, Mel over here in a rape, but me done here, so she over there already.
Right.
So even them think they start, me I say, you mean she over there? She me come for chat to.
Right.
But them oppose me same way.
Yeah.
So right away from Pops lift up the cutlass, me know say it's not no nice, nothing.
Right. You know, so them never want a conversation.
No nice, nothing, no dead.
So then after you guys noticed that she got stabbed,
Notice? Nobody
Well, you never noticed. Nobody never did
after
notice.
the whole, I'm not tell you, say the whole, all right, let me tell you what go on. It's when she take away for herself, them a chase me. Obviously, nobody don't know say she get stabbed yet. To all me see it, nobody don't know say she get stabbed. Cause me left from Rock Hill and reach way down at my auntie shop, down at my cousin them shop, down at Auntie Christine shop down there. And now, at them time, the car just a fly past. So I drive, me come through the hill, but yesterday the car drive around the road and pass me down on the road with me in the shop. I carry I go to hospital. So at the end of the day, I never really see in the motion, nor them not see in the motion. Because if them sister she get stabbed from them time there, them would not run me down.
Right.
Them would have stopped to take up she.
Right.
You understand? But basically, based on when I say go on and I say all pops get damaged, me get damaged the same way, me I take myself out of the whole interim.
Right.
So them run me a good distance still before them stop run me down and me loosen them. Loosen them and I go down and me auntie shop and take up some cigarette and dragon and turn across the river them time there. Turn across the river them time there and like me I say, you hear me? Me a whole of vibes. But at the end of the day, I still that never come and say, you hear me? Watch you know. My phone start ring, me have an Ericsson phone. My cousin Tanya call me, Tanya Bide and say, yo, you know, say Mel dead hospital now. Me I say, yeah. So, me never know say she dead. And Tanya then call me and Kian and tell me say she dead hospital. So me now left over the bush where me then and I try to come get some food and get water to reach my virgin named Brian. But in the whole incident, me not even have to go in at the village or the district. Retreat is a different district from Content.
Right.
But I still adjoining district. She have family over there, me have family over there to see me. But I just want to get to my family then. Then I say, yo, yeah, me don't know if you do. Cause right now she dead. Me I say, right now all the pit them charge me. I say, all the things start running through my head. Overcross over the river them time there. See, the same rope I take up, because them time I go through down the yard and I go down a little them yard, the twin them. I know them have an outside kitchen. I take up the rope, throw it over my shoulder and head over the river. So really and truly, me did really, it a premeditate na them time. If you say,
you were to take your life.
Yeah, me I say, yo, right aside then I come and I go in a prison. You know?
Yes.
But if you tell you the truth, when I don't drink the dragon them and burn up the herbs and them something, I drop all asleep. So when I get up back at this, now I see the whole rims and the whole thing, and I say, yo, you know, so and so, I link my mother first. I say, Mommy, what you think me for do? And Mommy say, here you go, and you have to go into the police, them, you know, I'm going to kill you, you know. You want to run wanted, better me come a GP, come look for you. That was the first thing she said to me. That was the Saturday, the Friday. I have a police brother, Damian Davis, I call him. And I said, Damian, here you go, I know, so I carried myself, though. Then the vash stamps them done and tell me something for carrying myself already. Because everybody play them craft in all type of thing. I mean, I tell you something now. You know, say you will not be the actual crimist or somebody that practically does the crime, but you can be a factor to crime.
Yes.
And several people in several communities has always been factor to crime.
Yes.
Based on, because watch you know, people don't know that people live off emotions, you know. It's like them feel that people emotion dead, or it die, or it not living. Yeah. People do have emotions. And people emotions do ride high and some ride low. Based on your confidence or your self-esteem. You hear me just say? Yes. Based on your self-esteem, your emotions guide that high or low. Right. So if you have a high self-esteem, then you know so well then your emotions are high, you got to take it to a different level. So when you have pride, when you have too much pride and them something they take over. Yeah. So we the young have a whole heap of pride.
At that time though, you were in your 20s?
Yeah, man, I'm 25 them time.
25 years old. So then, this incident happened on the Thursday. On the Friday, you were still in hiding.
Yeah.
There's a little bit. You called your family members. Yeah. They advised you to turn yourself in. Yes. You were even contemplating suicide at that time. How many days after you turned yourself in?
Well, the crime took place on Thursday. Friday, yes. Saturday, Sunday, Monday evening.
So these 4 days though, were you thinking in your mind that about your children and at all?
Yeah, man, you know, them most of them on my mind, them 4 days, them take the whole center attraction, you know. If you think a joke me I make, all right, even throughout my sentence, I'm a youth that I talk about most. Every officer can tell you. Everybody can tell you. Every youth in the prison can tell you. I'm a youth that I talk about most. Because at the end of the day, I do them mother wrong, but I think I do them great, tremendous wrong.
Right.
You understand what I say?
Yes.
Because if someone lose a mother, put myself in that place now. I wouldn't like that charge.
Right.
So understand, I know the youth them I got show.
So upon turning yourself in, how were you feeling though at that time? Because I can just imagine, 25, you're young, bud.
All right,
you're still young.
Ask me how old my baby mother was.
How old she was at that
She
time?
always 11 years old on me.
So she was 14, 15?
She always
11 years older. So she was 36.
That me I try to tell you.
Wow.
Listen, me I try to tell you now. So me being a juvenile, I'm there with her from me a 19-year-old. So check the ratio where me I try to tell you. You know understand what I say? He's a little boy take up a big man.
A big woman, yeah. Yeah.
You just get me I say now?
So then, I can just imagine how you felt. You're young, you're still a try to process it. I mean, 25 is a young age.
Now we say charge, man.
Young age.
A while ago. I say, if me ever take, all right, I think even right through my sentence, I weep and mourn. Every time I remember the wrong that man has done, because you can reflect and really psychologically see where you went wrong. You know?
Right.
Like me, I say, you know, I should allow me alone.
Yeah.
Because you know, say,
start playing in your mind.
I'm start playing because I say, no, say the youth them charge you, regardless of what. Them that still have their mother, but them that come no. Because just like, oh, my daughter now or my son, sometime would I say. Because since I come from prison, I'm an empire, you know. Yeah, man, look for me.
What's so good here, man? What's so good here? So,
them share things with I.
So, turn yourself in the Monday. What happened then?
All right.
How long the court case was going for?
The court case I go for around 2 years and add, you know.
And you were locked up at that time?
Yeah, I locked up straight. From me going, I rock up a police station, I go into me and my brother them.
And you never get bail, nothing?
None time I not get bail.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, I think them asking a bail for me, you know.
Right.
I think them just do and try the case and get rid of it.
Yeah.
But differently now. And that's how I know that Jah intervene in my life.
Right.
Because even when it's like after I really say I don't kill myself there, so it's like it's a transformation take place in my life now, you know. Because I remember I start calling my police brother, I start calling people, I start relate to them, I start say, here go on. So it's like me did have it and I thought for say, watch out. You see this thing, if you don't take it by the angle and deal with it, you know, God in it, now go deal with it. So even when me I go for the first 1 year, the case just have mentioned, put off. You understand me? So when the case really said for try, me never give them no terms for try the case. Because God done already try the case and know when me go wrong and me say me wrong already on that issue there. So when me do now is plead guilty to my case.
Right.
So I plead guilty to murder. No, I plead guilty to manslaughter first and the judge didn't accept it. The Crown Counsel jump up and say.
What is the difference between murder and manslaughter for those who are watching? Can you explain to us?
All right. The difference between murder and manslaughter. Manslaughter is simple accidentally.
Okay.
Or simple wasn't premeditated.
Okay. And murder is premeditated.
Murder is premeditated.
Okay.
So I did plead guilty for manslaughter and them never really did give it. The Crown Counsel jump up and say, no, it was just premeditated because he told one Vash Thompson that he would do that if his baby mother would give him jacket. So he was the characteristic witness in the case against me. That was my own family, you know. But nothing wrong still, him just said that the truth.
Right.
Because film woman did do similar something to him like that. And made it Sarah move out the whole time things them. And made it stop the truck man and try my family. And you understand me? And I said, John, if I say Mela move, I do them something there, you know.
Right.
You know, so him just come a court come talk that. You understand me? So they come and become a court come talk that now you find out say them never take the manslaughter play.
Right. So then
but me never
they tried you for murder?
Yeah, man, I murder me charge for the same way, man. Me didn't charge him murder from first. But based on the preliminary examination in the case, it showed that even before Mel got stabbed, I and the family members first had an altercation.
Right.
She just come in at the middle.
Into the middle of it.
You understand?
So then you got how many years now at the end of the 2 years going to court? You got 10 years in prison.
No, yeah, but watch out now, the judge sentenced me to 20 years.
20 years?
Yes.
Yes. And what was going through your mind then?
20 years? All right, when the judge sentenced me...
When I stood in another court when you hear the 20 years, what got to you, man?
May I say something to you?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you why I never did feel no way. I'm going to share this with you. It's just like when you do something wrong when you're a youth, and you eat out the sugar, your mother say, who eat out the sugar and on the not tell the truth? Three brother or no.
Right.
And your mother beat all three and she said, go for the belt. So you know, if you eat out the sugar now, you're going to say, mommy and me eat out the sugar, but you still have a beat you.
Right.
So you're going to take your punishment. So literally, I know me do something wrong.
So you were open in taking whatever.
Yeah, I didn't open, but when me never open to was me going to show you. Me did that try to sue you from getting a before parole sentence. So if you get 25 years before parole or 20 years before parole, then we say you have to serve 25 years before. But when you say you get a 20 or a 25 year sentence, all right, 1/3 of any mandatory sentence is always, all right, one third of 25 years would have been 8 years and nickel.
Right.
Do you know about, no?
Yes.
8 years, 4 months, something like that?
Yeah, man, thereabout.
All right. So 1/3 of any mandatory sentence, which is stationary. So if you are doing a sentence which you just get here 40 years, then you know you're supposed to do 26 years flat and go to your home.
Right.
But if you get 40 years before parole, you have to do the
40 years
first.
before actually getting it.
No, and not that. If you are eligible or deemed eligible by the system in court. So you have to get yourself involved in a rehabilitation program. You have to go school. You have to this, that in court. Your behavior have to be on par, same way. For them to even think about that.
Right.
You understand me? So 20-year sentence me get on. For the first month, I go into the prison, I start seek work because I get a trade before I go to prison. I go to Portmore Art Academy where I did welding and machine building and construction. So when I go into the prison with a skill and start look work.
Before that, were you in contact during the 2 years of being locked up and going to court? Were you being in contact with your children in any way, shape, or form? Did you try to reach out to them or to her family, Melissa's family, in that moment?
All right. See, another time there, me a weep and moan.
Yes.
Subconsciously, consciously, me a weep and moan.
Yes.
That's why I could have do songs like Father Forgive Me. The children miss her the most. Sometimes they see her shadow, but it's only her ghost. Her presence is needed in the house. She's missing from the bed and she's not in the couch. But it's too emotional. I did that think about what I do. But I think about the youth. Them. I never have no time for really I think about nothing else surrounding.
Right.
Even my sentence, all right. My sentence itself, it's not me really get it. It's not me really get it, you know? Yeah, it's not me get it.
What do you mean by that?
The negative part of me get it.
Okay.
The positive part of me get this, what I get now.
So that negative part of it is dead and gone.
Long time, man. Kick with that.
So at 25, you're now in prison.
Yeah.
See, I roll with the big boys now.
No,
20 years.
No, I roll with God Almighty.
God Almighty.
Yeah.
But then we know that Jamaica prison system is, really and truly not it any at all. So at 25 years old, I can just imagine this is a whole new environment. You don't know what to expect. You've only heard stories, from, people, basically. You're now living it. The first day you entered into prison, what crossed your mind?
All right. I'm going to show you the system now. Me being just in jail alone, I'm going to make a lot of people know me before me go to prison.
That's true.
You have a lot of youth that was in the jail with us with me that get sentenced.
Right.
Whether from St. Mary, Horizon, Arfetry, understand?
Right.
So automatically, I have brethren where they did a long time, schoolmate, where they did a long time, both from Papi in school, Clancarty. So I have whole heap of youth where they did it, plus I have youth where I know from a wider diaspora in a Jamaica.
Right.
So when I enter into the prison, the first day, them locate me upon E-Nart. When I locate upon E-Nart, I see youth like take it back on them youth, the youth when know me from jailhouse.
Right.
And them they dip on the section. So right away, them link up and them say,
them are alien teams, right.
The officer put me as blah 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 blah. We are them so I dip on E-Nart. When me dip on E-Nart, them locate me at cell 9 with a youth named O'Neil Brown, which is a Christian youth. Me when me that jail, anywhere me there jail, me I sing. So me always have that Christian minded type person there where I get up and hold my devotion in my morning time. So everyone's know I.
Yes.
So even them locate I with that youth then now was a good thing. Because O'Neil Brown was a youth where I show I positiveness. O'Neil Brown started show I said this, that I did have a next youth from Riemann and a next youth from Jungle where You know, them youth are kind of humble to in souls. Soul me I talk about. So I did locate to the right set of youth them in terms of understand the prison.
Right.
But then now my brain was more of an octopus with tentacles.
Right.
So when me learn, me extend on what I learn and start gravitate.
Yes.
So two tools, me start learn certain things. I'm link up my mother and I say, listen, so when I come and visit me, I say, listen, more you carry my certificate from over Portmore Art. More you carry my gloves, more you carry my uniform, my hard boot. I start shit, make welding cockles. So I start make sure know say watch I know more you carry it upstairs and more you make them know say this is my work when I do a road and I don't come in the prison to idle. I come to relate in a good way.
Right.
So even for the first 2 months of peer work, me I look.
So then you went in there, even though you were distraught about what you did, you were still having a positive mindset that you're not going to let this determine your future. You're still here to better yourself.
No, because the first week when I go into the cell, I start observe O'Neil Brown. I go to school at the time, and he was the one, O'Neil Brown, come from jungle.
Is he still in prison right now?
No, man, him come out and there, I'm a Christian and now, man.
Okay.
Him start teach me the rope and say, look here, it's either you go to school or you go find work for do. What kind of trade you can do? And him start empower. I start go church with him on Sunday daytime too.
So there's actual church in prison?
Yes, man, church.
And there are classes in prison?
Classes in prison, man, so as long as, I don't know if I know.
Right, but back then?
But while I was there, I can tell you for the time being with Miss Carla Golata, Stand Up Jamaica.
Yes.
Who was working with Mr. George Young at the same time.
Yeah, man, big up to George Young, by the way.
They came in the prison and they teach us like peer education. They teach us like because I'm also a peer educator and I'm certified by Dr. Carleen Gooms.
What is that exactly? You want to explain to me quickly?
Right. Being a peer educator is being someone who helps empower your peer about violence and crime. It's mostly for youth in marginalized communities who are vulnerable to crime.
Right.
So we who were involved in crime or have go through the system of criminal justice system would want to empower those youths and they are supposed to stay out of trouble.
Out of trouble.
And so I'm one of those persons who are certified by Dr. Carleen Gooms and Pan Caribbean. Stand Up Jamaica also certified me. So I'm certified by a group, the European Union delegation. So I'm certified by a wide diaspora group.
Right.
Just being in prison.
So then after your 2 months there, you were looking at it from the positive side of it, saying that you wanted a job, you wanted to better yourself. But can you also talk about the conditions, the living conditions? We've seen photographs of how a prison cell looks and the bathroom or lack thereof and things like that and the wire and all of that. Right. You can get lost in the system if you're not strong. Talk to us about that now.
All right. As I say, first and foremost, I'm saying prison never make for dog. So a human being I go there. But I want to put it more easier. Say the officers them leave come to work. I want their family to think that the environment in which they are coming in, it is not conducive for living, much less for even working. So an officer can be touring on the block and a nice piece of brick drop out of the ceiling and knock him in his head. So let's imagine an inmate. But through them I go say, well then now, them receive a dead body for we. So if a brick or a piece of stone drop out of the ceiling and knock you in our head, it come like nothing. But what happened to the correctional officers?
Right.
You understand me? So the living condition is in the new mean. Could have been much more better, as me say. The cells them in a dilapidated state.
How many persons are in a cell?
All right. Right now, can't tell presently, but while I was there,
yes,
three, yeah.
Is it beds? Is it actual beds like mattresses?
All right, no, here we go. We get mattresses, but to tell the truth, because they chink them so rampant, no mattress can't. No man, any man who stay in a mattress must be a madman, and the mattress draw to eat. The chink them live in the wall them because it's not smooth walls like these.
Right.
The wall them, and then now if they tell the truth, sometimes the wall them are decay.
Right.
So them easy for chip out.
Right.
So if a man even want to rest something there, sometimes we help dig them down the same way.
Right.
You understand me? But at the end of the day, everybody help dig down the prison because when I check it out and the search team come in, them come dig down the whole prison the same way.
Right.
You understand what I say?
The bathrooms, no.
Bathroom in no condition, man.
Really?
And a flush toilet, man. The bathroom then in a cell. The bathroom the way down at the back of the section. And you have some open showers. But for toilets is on the section. And is way down on the end of the section. It is.
And you can use the bathroom at any time?
Nah. You can't use bathroom. You have to ride in your cell, man. Ride bike. We call it bike or ride cargo. You see artists on name cargo. That's why when I time I'm there at prison, I ask him if he couldn't change his name in his spirit. Because through a cargo we ride at prison. Like you get the scandal bag and put the newspaper in it and fold it up and you know what roll a piece girl in front of your car every time a man defecate him, urinate, you know. Same instant, you know.
Right.
So you have to have that in front of you, saying mess up the place and
how long that stays in the cell for?
Alright. At 10 o'clock you fly up in the morning at 9 o'clock. You lock down from 3 o'clock in the evening or 4 o'clock.
Wow.
So just say 10 to 14 hours.
Wow.
You lock down with that for. And then now, as I said to you, say, you have to think about even that part right there too. Because when a man really, really want to ride in himself 3-4 times, they have to sit down comfortably, you know? And there's no comfort there.
Right.
You don't have no comfort for stoop. If you stoop, your knee have a cramp here.
Right.
All them something so. And then no man have to send all of them feces there.
Right.
You know, the cell with you.
For 10,
that
14 hours.
That is mainly 3 cells, you know. But you would like me now, after a 6-month stint in the trees living,
right.
I get upgraded. Because I join a work team, them say I can well good. And then now my level of education is on par.
Right.
So I start teach welding theoretically and practically. Because I say I got Portmore Art when I learn welding to its highest. Over by Portmore level 1 and level 2. Should have gone to VT there where I learned mastering in welding. But as I said, prison take a toll on my life.
But then you started to work. Despite all the conditions and despite everything else, you were still remaining positive.
Always.
You start work,
Always.
you start the training,
Always.
you start the thing. You said that you got upgraded to a different cell.
Yeah.
You were in that
cell.
Really single cell.
Single cell. Because when I started work for the government now, you know,
Yes.
orderlies. You're being orderlies or you're being a long time sentence, man, where you know say you get uncomfortable. You want to stretch out and spread out or whatsoever them feel comfortable with the mind. Sometimes a man have single, but him single cell have a base pan him level of work. In the prison. So whether I'm go for the food for the section, or whether I'm well for the government, or I'm do mason work or tiling work or carpenter work.
Right.
Something for the government. So you get a single cell fee. It is a part of your privilege, it's not your rights.
Right.
It's just a part of
So then you were in a single cell.
Yes, man. Like for 6 months.
So take us to know, so 6 months have passed. Did you by chance get into any altercation, any war, anything in that moment, in the 10 years that you have spent there? Even though you were being positive, but not because you're positive, you're still in somewhat of a negative environment.
Alright. Watch you know. You ask some very vital questions.
I do, thank you.
But you see the word positivity.
Yes.
When you're really bound in it, you know, it's like a shield, you know. It's like it is a shield. So I share this with you now. You ask me if even I know altercation.
Yes.
Me never left my youthful vibrancy.
Yes.
Which is my cartoon character.
Yes.
So in the prison, although me is a welder, I make people have fun.
Yeah.
Most of the person, it never come like a sentence me I run. Because most of the person where even the officers them really alright. Me I show you this. The whole prison at turmoil one time, 2013, 2012, 2013, you're about. Where as in a video did go viral with inmates of liquor, money and herbs on the table.
Yes.
Sean Prendergast and Dwight Nelson was Minister of Security and Commissioner at the time, pending. Alright? Them start make a new law now and as a uniform for wear in the prison.
Right.
Be a man start violate the process in terms of not want to wear in the uniform and who are going to burn up this and who carry them up, they go dash them down and who throw them in the garbage heap. Remember, taxpayers' money that, you know. So, I find out, say, the system I go against anybody who now want to put them on.
Right.
So, the officers them a plan for beat the inmate them who now want to put them on.
Right.
So that is why I say the Almighty God did have a purpose in and out of prison. Going on my cell and I wonder, don't make the officers them beat the inmate them for wear the uniform. Because I see where something go on now, you know. So I'm going on my cell and I draw for a pen and a paper. Them tell me say the word is a sword, you know. I believe that now. So like Sean Prendergast, them I say, and Mr. Collins was the superintendent. Like them I say the uniform, them have to wear. I like me write a letter to Mr. Greenland. I make him know, say, bossy, me I ask you please to say if you can make super, give it 2 days. To say if we can come together because if we have a sting, every year we have sting in the prison. So when sting I keep a Jammerl, we have sting at GP.
Right.
So sting did I keep that time there. And it was supposed to keep, but because of our behavior, they must say them now keep no sting.
Right.
So me write the letter and like Mr. Collins, them call me up there with Mr. Green and all of them, I will go up at the superintendent office and they must say, what your problem? And me I say to them, say, here are my problem now. I don't need them to beat the inmate. Them want to say, I can get to them psychologically and get to Uno. Him say, oh. Me say, you see this, the uniform, I beg you to make me alter it. Since you say we not for destroy it then. Because the pocket didn't have any...
All right, 1 second. I want to take a quick break. When I come back to Bwoyatingz podcast, right here, Mr. Davis. Such enlightening conversation. All right, take a quick break. All right, so we just take a quick break. So you said that you rallied...
Yeah, man, rally.
For the uniform thing.
Yeah, man, I make a big song out of it in the prison. Them unify my body, but me unify my mind.
Yes.
Back to school, basic case, a khaki time. Them unify my body, but me unify my mind. The commissioners come speak it pan the headline. New regulation implementing GP. Every inmate to be suited, me say in khaki. Was firmly endorsed by the authority. We not fi buy none because we getting them free. Mr. Collins had the superintendent to wear your khaki, and that is hell-bent. Where the matter time there should be no deterrent.
Yeah.
I will heap of money the commissioner has spent. Them unify my body, but me unify my mind.
All right.
Bam.
So then they changed the rules just a little bit.
Yes.
And then throughout your tenure of being in prison, you remain positive.
Yes.
You assisted as best as you can.
Yes.
Best as you could. And you worked with many different organizations.
Yes.
You were supposed to spend 20 years. You did 10.
Yeah.
Yes. Throughout the 10 years, did you reach out to Melissa's family at this point?
Yeah, man, through restorative justice.
Yes.
And through the parole officer. And that is how I really get my parole, because the parole officer had to go in the community to link up with Melissa's and her family. And I think they are the ones that told the parole officer that, come on, man.
Did they forgive you?
Yeah, man. Not all of them, but you have a couple of them where understand the whole level and know exactly where going on, but it's not all of them never really forgive me.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you have few people who in them family will know exactly what's going on and know the whole heights and everything.
Right.
And if those people can talk to the parole officer and tell them which is Melissa's Henry family, because up until today, if the victim's family did not agree on their side to give me a chance for the children's sake, then I wouldn't be here.
So then you served, what, half of the sentence?
Yeah, man,
half of the sentence.
Less than half of the sentence.
Okay, you came out...
Less than half, right?
Less than half.
Yeah, why? 7 years and 10 months in sentence, and the other rest in remand.
In remand, explain to us...
Remand is being in custody before you get convicted.
Convicted, okay. Yeah. So before conviction, all right, so 10 years in total. Yeah. In totality, it was 10 years, all right? And you spoke to your children during that 10 years because now... You left them at a tender age, 4 and basically 1 year and 11 months, as you've said before.
Them come look for me upon family day.
They came to look for you.
Yes, so I have to give them props to that.
Yes.
Them come look for me upon family.
Did you explain to them?
Well, if you tell you the truth, them wasn't about that, you know. I tell you what them was about that time. Just knowing me and seeing me for the first time.
Right. And how did you feel about that? How did you feel?
Emotional, man.
Yes.
My sister Jody K was scared them come visit me. But I feel emotional because of the first time I see them.
Yes.
So it kind of really that touched me them time. But I relate to them same way.
You went through a rehabilitation process as well.
Yeah.
Quickly just walk us through what that process is like.
Rehabilitation program.
For somebody who was convicted for murder, what exactly that entails? Like, what is a rehab process?
Right.
What's a rehab program?
For me, rehabilitate oneself
Yes.
is from wrong to right.
Yes.
The word rehabilitate. So first you have to remember the meaning of the word. And whenever so me did already know about correctional service, and for you say correctional, I know say right, have to get yourself in a groove.
Yeah.
So I use some of the words them for exemplify where I am. So if a correctional place me come, then I gotta be my best. I be the head boy. So I gotta be my best at behavior. I gotta be, you understand me? So I use the words them and the meaning them for get to where I want to go.
Right.
You understand?
So then that also helped with minimizing the sentence as well.
Yeah, man. No,
That's your process?
I watch
or your progress, I should say?
It's for them, rehabilitation program is not staying at one stage. So you come in, can't read, and they don't want you to leave. Can't read.
Can't read.
So if you come in, can't read, but when them look, them say you're going on a tailor shop, you learn maths, you learn English, you learn, them know that you have moved from one stage to the other stage, but also in an attitude change.
Right.
So it's not only going through a rehab program and doing something or physical or occupying your time wisely, but also your attitude and your behavior has to be on par.
Okay. All right. So the day that you found out that your sentence was coming to an end,
I really come to an end. Just the 4th of April it gone to an end. I don't behave myself at 2028 that got done. So just the 4th of April gone, my parole done. So I was on parole.
So you were on parole from when?
From 2016.
So you came out 2016.
Yes.
So the day you found out that you were coming out 2016, walk us through those emotions.
Them day, them excitement, man.
Yeah.
Crazy excitement, man. I know say I freedom now. And I know say, well, then I've been yearning because I remember me do the song, you know.
Yeah.
Freedom in my mind. Because when I talk about freedom, when I talk about just the freedom to come through the gate.
Not just physical freedom, but also mental freedom.
So when that was the day when I said, because when me talk about free, me mean free in your mind. Free to love your brother is unkind. Free to tell the prison there isn't a next time. Free to stop the killing, me say Pam Garrison line. Free to see the truth and stop behave like your brain. Free to remember breath 8.9.
And then you came out.
Yeah, when I'm freedom.
So you came out 2016.
Yeah.
You're happy. You're 10 years now, basically, being cooped up. What was the first thing in your mind? Where was the first place that you wanted to go? Because I know enough people them come out of prison, the first thing them say is, listen, want a shower, I want some food.
All right, may I tell you the first thing? The first thing when I come out, I not tell a lie, I pray jollies. But my boss himself, Richard Williams, and my cousin them and Lisa Menz them and Latisha Chambers and my mother is a bus come pick me up down at the prison because I have some things I'm do carving and them things there. All I'm looking at things I'm build my sound and them something there. I'm build, I come out with them ASAC, I build ASAC to Ataman.
Yeah, right.
So I come out with all them TV, my big brad. So I couldn't did as a traveler and my draw come out. So at the end of the day, I still couldn't did come out just so. Because it's like me did based on the fact of life now, me did think life and I see life. So if you notice what I say I come out with. Ataman, carvings, and all of them, they are me do them.
Right.
I do them.
Right.
We get help from some ones and ones when we just start learning certain trade. Big up to O'Neil Jennings, that youth to teach me all the trade same way. Enough carving same way. Cow, Ryan Morrison and them youth there from up at Akiwak. I have to bless them up same way because them youth them sit down and wash them at them table. Learn whole heap of skill from them with the carving tool same way. So I appreciate me teach whole heap of youth the same way. And whole heap of youth
teach you.
So it's an introverse of things from each other. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, the balance side that man.
So then you came out and you decided that you were going to make use of life. But then after coming out, can you also explain to us, having a conviction of that sort on your police record, it's hard to get jobs, right? How the job thing really and truly go? Because I know enough people got judged you.
All right. Well, construction work, as long as it's not a company, or even if it's a company, it is much more easier for you to get work. And I'm in a construction field.
Yes.
So it's more easier. You don't have to use a police record for that. But any other job where I go look in a government agency, or if me even go fly out tomorrow morning, the police record are going to be ample the whole situation. So I really have to put that across to the government now. Because I was on Nationwide, even I was speaking about the government being the first ones to hire us or to give us job so that they can show Jamaica. And it's not all of us them go and give, or all of us they can give, but who are qualified who deem fit in each areas. If you fit as a gardener, if you fit as a this, if you fit as a front desk clerk, you try and assist us. But if you don't do it as the government of Jamaica or leader, then the citizens of Jamaica won't follow suit.
So then, is this on your record forever?
Well, there's a system that's called expungement.
Right.
And
How can it be expunged?
I think I don't know, I got through the process one time trying to do it, but then they tell me that I have 7-year or 10-year probatory time. But for me now, I think I'm in a process where the parole officers are balancing whatsoever they're probably doing.
So then you stated that up until April you were still on parole.
Yeah, up on April 4th, that's when my parole finished.
So basically, if you got in any form of trouble from then until then, them throw you back in a prison.
Yeah.
Technically.
And I would have to come out 2020.
28.
Yeah, that's
so
when
now
my
that the parole is
sentence
finished, that is it.
Yeah, man.
That is it.
Yeah, man. Done now, man.
All right. Your new life. You're now an artist. The first time I called you, you were working on your house. And you say, listen, I'm at a carpenter, I'm at a welder, I'm at the things.
Yeah.
So you're working on your house right now as well. You're in a relationship too.
Yeah.
Your children are way older now.
Yeah.
Talk to us about moving forward.
All right, well, when I come out, I just start work basically with like Westpan Construction Company and Raymond Grant, who owns Ruben Harmony Construction. So with them mostly like down the country I work. So for the past 2 years now, I come up and say I invest in my life, do my house. Right now I finish 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, a veranda and a kitchen. Everybody at Grand Spend or anywhere in the Wickham know exactly what me I talk about. Them know my house there. Still gone up in the ear right now. All them so, and most of the work them are me do it.
By yourself?
But the only work I don't do is like electrical work and the black work. My brethren them do it same way. But most of the work I me do it same way. Me involved with a girl now where I find out say, she kind of simple and easy. She kind of have a nice persona. In terms of even balance the figure because I is not a rough youth now. I can be.
Yes.
But then now, if you have to resolve yourself around simplicity and humbleness, I think you're going to need a partner who is that of a fact. I'm going to talk about Sonia Black from Grand Spend. Yeah, she's a nice girl with a nice persona. She have nice personality and she's not arrogant. She can deal with people on a level. So kudos goes to Sonia for even giving me the chance in her life. Same way to Latisha Chambers to down at Steertown. Because Latisha was the one who come into prison to come and look for me. It's just circumstances. But here comes Sonia Black who fall in the place and it wasn't easy for her to even pick up a man like me in her life because she could have friends and family where I say, yo, I'm kill man in a friend. And for tell her the truth for really, she got through it and she really stand up and she see the changes within I and I that many people has not seen. So I give her a big respect for that.
And your relationship with your children, no?
Well, me and them have an on and off relationship, But they tend to just want money. But that is what parents is for. Not only money, but guidance. And that is what I'm trying to show my kids. I'm trying to show them that I'm not just here to give you money. My main priority and my main job as a father is to protect and guide you throughout life.
That's true.
No, sometimes they doesn't share that with me. They just want to say, Daddy, I want the money. But I give thanks to some could have come and make Diana get 7 subjects in her life because me send her go back to school. Even after I come and she get pregnant at 14-year-old, she called me and said, Daddy, I want to go back to school. And me involved in her life. She had the food and beverage at Ochoyas High School. And she could have called me and said, Daddy, I want $5,000 to buy chicken. I involved in her school. I got parent-teacher meeting down at Ochoyas High School. The teacher them at Ochoyas High School now. Because of Diana. So I actively come play my role. My son now, he never really saw act in terms of education. But he can read and write. And he never really want to further anything. I can start go school from probably 14. You understand me?
Do you think that with you being absent and the loss of their mother that played a role on him mentally?
Yeah, man, it's gonna play a role on him mentally, because psychologically, when you find out people in the community still have trouble, you go, your father kill your woman, blah, blah, blah. And you see a jacket, them still trouble about it. You get what I say? So the people in the community still have their negative role to play.
You got a DNA test for these children?
I do no DNA test. And I don't think I want to do none. Not even a God's good heaven hurt. Also, the music now. Yes.
You have a talent, obviously. You've said that, music has been a part of you. You are doing it. I played a couple of your songs before, coming on the camera also, and you're a very talented man. Walk us through, just quickly,
music.
Who you've been working with, how has the transition been into music and the support from the community as well?
All right. Most of the youth in my community know me as an artist. I know that me as a reggae artist who sing positive music.
Conscious songs, yes.
Yes. If it is not positive, then I cannot make it.
Right.
No. Josh, them Massacre, them put me up. All of them artists, they put me up because of this song. This is love. And it's songs of redemption from you. Redeem yourself, there is no condemnation. And it's love. It heals my frustration. Yeah, most of the artists then put me up for that song then. But then after I jump out and there on the road now, I box Sizzler. When me and Sizzler start link up.
Right.
And from me and Sizzler start link up with those songs like Live Life Today. You understand me? We are Remus K, which is Sizzler's son.
Right.
And Yardie, who is a Frenchman from Martinique.
Right.
So it take we do a video, me and Sizzler gone on 203K views now. So it gonna take time to climb.
Right.
And then now me have a couple of things when me release on my YouTube page.
Right.
And on my Instagram page.
Can you tell us the YouTube page and the Instagram page name?
Yeah, the YouTube page is at Iyahmore Official. And same way it is Iyahmore Official at Instagram, same way.
And always spell Iyahmore.
Iyahmore.
All right.
So that's the balance.
Also, as we're wrapping up the episode, talk to us about how we view ex-convicts as a society, as a generation, as a country, as it relates to giving second chances, whether it is in the corporate world, in the personal world. People don't want to see the change because they've had this mental block. So you can change and they don't want to see the change. Talk to us about that moving forward professionally and personally as an ex-convict. And what do you also want to say to young men out there who are walking down that path of, in their mind, no redemption?
All right. First of all, I'm going to talk about the ones that were deemed to say that the ones that were ex-convict can change.
Yeah.
All right. The perception on have sometimes it's right and sometimes it's wrong. But you literally have to use your eye and use your foresight and see within what we are one doing.
Right.
Because it is obvious to everyone, Everybody will come out and change. My brother in Pody a grand spend to see will come out and build a nice upstairs and downstairs house. Them youth there. A changes. Many more youth. Ruben Mitchell. Enough youth. A changes. But the system now will go around and view the ones them which are changes.
Right.
Them will view the ones them which are not changes.
Right.
If you like negative.
Right.
Now, may I ask the ones them out there with have this negative perception or this negative notion about ex-convict. May I ask them to forgive the ones them a thoughtful mind. Because sometimes I ones just charge for a simple crime for your first time, And him charging for that crime don't mean say him right off himself or God did write him off. So we ask you, don't make sure one mistake or two mistakes, you definitely say, yo, that man there, him done. Because I tell you this, some of us make some mistake we never got prison yet for. And we still get forgiveness for it. And we look forgiveness for it.
A message, wrong.
You understand what I say? We do whole heap of wrong where we still never get no penalization for nobody never burby it with dung feet. But yet still, it is wrong. So I still get chance for it. So we ask the ones them for just give the ones them some chance and give them a listening ear to sometime. Because ones have pent up feelings where sometimes children are listening and not know.
Right.
So give a listening ear and more eyesight.
Give a listening ear and more eyesight. For the young youths that are watching this right now, young man them, or even some of the young man them too, we are walking at a path there that is a troubled, murky water path that you don't want to walk into. Just one advice to them.
And not even one,
Yeah.
You love your brother, me say please no ill treat him. You get him from the most high for safekeeping and enough for short love. And me say still no know the meaning. Iyahmore, come forgive you that teaching. You left your brother upon the tar, you left him there bleeding. Where is that human feeling? If you know say love, and me say it is the healing. Then you go and get a beating, so me born violence. Create too much wire fence, so me born violence. Can't make no dollars, there no sense. Yeah, man, to all of the youth, them man, a born violence, man. You can't make no dollars, there no sense. So just forget that notion there. No commotion if you want to deliver the right portion. Banging.
Yeah, all right. So this was my conversation with Iyahmore, Mr. Davis. Respect for passing through. Tell us once again how we can find you on social media. Our office support the music and support the positivity. So just let us know YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yeah, man, Iyahmore. They first man Facebook.
Yes.
And as me say, Instagram and YouTube, Iyahmore official. And any contact for the music at 433-9019.
Yes.
I know say a Judgment Yard you link up.
Judgment Yard.
So for your link Judgment Yard, you have to get to Iyahmore.
All right, Mr. Davis, I appreciate you stopping by and, being honest, speaking your truth. And I appreciate the growth and the positive mindset that you have. There's more for you in this future. You understand? So just keep doing your thing, sir. Big up your thing. Big up yourself, Martin. The Bombcast, big up yourself as well. Once again, this was Bwoyatingz podcast. I know I was on a break for the longest while, but I had to start back with a bang. And, who else to start it off with Mr. Davis? Somebody who's been there, done that, and he has corrected all his wrongs. And yes, face the penalties. Yeah. And he's here now, doing great things. All right. So until next week, this is Bwoyatingz podcast. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. All right.